I'm gonna make another video. I'm gonna make another video real quick. What's up, everybody? It's me, Erica, and we are down here, girl. We just finished talking about Married to Medicine, kinda. We was all over the place with Married to Medicine, so hopefully y'all got what y'all needed from Married to Medicine. Let's see what's going on down to the blogs, honey.
I sponsor the now. Yes. I sponsor the blog. Let me tell you something.
I wanted to go ahead and like the video, like, subscribe. Let me know you stopped by. I wanted to it was something, I think it was a neighborhood talk. I really wanted to, let me see if I can find that thing where Killer Mike is talking about incentivizing child support payments. Hold on, I need to find it. Let me find it. Oh my God, woman discovers her boyfriend's dead body inside a dog kennel after his own pit bulls mauled him to death. Yikes. Where is that Killer Mike clip? I really want to see it because it was really crazy. Let me see if I can find it. I'm a hashtag Killer Mike. Hopefully it comes up because I didn't listen to all of it. I just heard him trying to incentivize paying child support. And I was like, girl, incentivize paying child support? Why do you have to have an incentive for somebody paying child support? Hold on, what is this one? Let me see if they posted something else with him. I can't. Was it Hollywood Unlocked? I really want to find it on the page that it was on because I really want to. I think it was Hollywood Unlocked. Okay, let's just look and see. I don't want to hold you too long. I'm not going to hold you. Why is everybody coming out and saying Shannon Sharpe is gay? When are Black people going to realize that saying that somebody is gay is not an insult? I know y'all be trying to say it to get the homophobic Black people to hop on like some kind of like bullying hate train or something like that, but don't nobody care. Y'all need to stop doing that. Y'all need to stop acting like being gay, there's someone that it's an insult. It's not an insult. I'm really trying to find this Killer Mike clip. I cannot find it. Mace responds to Shannon Sharpe and says he's trying to be respectful. If you are for Black people, this is not the way to carry yourself. There's that black card again. There's that black card again. Pregnant 17-year-old girl found dead days before her due date. Go look for her child's father. He did it. I really can't find this clip of Killer Mike. And I'm really annoyed that I can't find it because I wish I would have saved it because I was like, what the hell? Why are you trying to sell marriage and sell it in this way? It's so weird. It is truly weird as hell. Did y'all see Jonathan? Girl, Jonathan, the hairstylist, he used to do Megan Thee Stallion's hair. I think he's from Houston. I think he's from Houston. Cutie pie. When I tell you Jonathan is a cutie pie and he can have your hair laid, girl, hairstylist, really good. But when I tell you that motherfucker can fight, some man came into his place of business talking shit to his stylist, talking crazy. Later that night, the camera caught him tearing they asses up. I don't know if the dudes came back to his place of business, but they were like looking through the window, and then here comes Jonathan. Boop! He knocked one of them out. He fell. When I tell you that nigga fell so hard, then he knocked the other one out, and then a third one came. The way he knocked those first two out, why are you running towards him? Why would you do that? You need to play dead like the rest of them niggas. Because when I tell you, Jonathan, and then the third one got up. He ended up headbutting the dude and hitting him, and then he said, "I do this like." I wouldn't mess with Jonathan. And then he got this little smile on his face. You know the people when they can fight, but they be smiling when they really about to whoop your ass. Like he's like one of them dudes. He's the cutest thing. He has the cutest face, big husky. dude, thick. You know what I'm saying? Baby, he can lay your hair down and knock a nigga down too. I was like, girl, I tell you, I said one thing about Jonathan, he gonna knock your ass the fuck out. Like, he really will. And I don't know why people mess with him, but he really knocked them dudes out. It was 3 of them. And one got up. I was like, why is he getting up? Why is he getting up? Don't get up. I'm trying to remember. Maybe it was the Jasmine brand. It's Tamika Mallory, girl. Maybe it was the Jasmine brand that had Killer Mike trying to incentivize marriage. I really want y'all to hear it. I really do. Nick Cannon and Iyanla Van Zant. Girl, what? Even though I James Chanel sues Krishan Rock. Baby, y'all lucky I cannot find Killer Mike talking to the men, trying to incentivize marriage. Like, girl, don't nobody want to marry them weirdos. I can't find it. I wish I could find it. If y'all find it, tag me in it, and then I'll save it, and then we'll talk about it later. Because I can't find it. I really can't. And it was just right after the weekend, and I'm looking at Desus and Mero split. Baby, when I tell you I used to love Desus and Mero when they were on Vice, oh my God. I loved them so much when they were on Vice. And then when they moved, I think they moved to Showtime. And it just, I don't know. The show just, I don't know. It wasn't the same. The vibe definitely changed. It was a different vibration. Apparently they broke up. The Bodega Boys, they broke up, y'all. Yeah, I can't find the one with Killer Mike. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm mad that I mentioned it because I really want y'all to hear him and what he says. Maybe I need to go to the internet and let me do a search. We're just down here for a little while. Killer Mike, marriage, child support. That's what he was talking about. So let's see what he says. Sign out. Even though I know. 4 days ago, Killer Mike plans to end child support after this. Oh, okay. They have it as Killer Mike. Maybe I can find it like that. Here, I think this is it. Let's see. Okay, listen. I wasn't gonna jump on camera, but y'all done said some interesting shit. Really quickly, because what you asked for was a solution is something that I had been thinking about. This is not official endorsement, although I do like a lot of what's been said here, so I'm just gonna have to wait. But just a matter of child support help you better understand. Child support, in the case of what you're saying, is usually you were married to your children's mother. Yeah. Well, most 70% of black children are born out of wedlock. So child support is against you day one when you're a black man, more likely, because more likely you're not married. Now, and this same thing I tell my daughter's boyfriends: don't get her pregnant. She has a big, huge family that's going to take care of this baby. You're going to piss her off, and she's going to go file for benefits, or she's going to need them. In the case her mother needed them when she was a kid, me and her mother were together. We were not married, but her mother signed. You actually had this conversation with your daughter's boyfriend. Absolutely, absolutely. I tell them, I said, no, she understand now. She is from a great family. Now I know this is not the case for every girl, but she's from a big, huge family, lots of aunts. She's going to be okay, but you're going to piss her off. You're going to leave her for another girl. You guys are going to fall out of love. She's going to play a lot of Chris Brown records. And she's going to say, fuck it, I'm going. But I say that because me and her mother were together from day one. Her mother did not work. I did work. Her mother, I put through school. I did not put myself through school. I did everything I could to make sure that in case I died, this woman would be okay with my children. She signed up for TANF, welfare, that type of stuff, which helps. It helps to bridge, especially when you're a young family. We know our welfare system has been constructed in a way that excludes men. It gave women an incentive not to have men in it. Right. It actually says, we'll come through your house and we'll search your house. And so that's a lie. Men get state benefits. Single men, no dependents, get state benefits. Don't let them lie to you, giving you statistics that are over 50 years old. Don't do it. Okay?
Kind of set up from day one. Hold on, you didn't know they looked under your bed? Okay. Ask somebody who worked with us. That's why Ben Carson shouldn't have been running the God bless. I wanted to work on my brain, but not control my house. So back to child support. I think the solution is this, and I'm out your way. 2 years. Young woman gets pregnant as a teenager. Young man and woman get pregnant. This is the 2-year plan. First 2 years are.
You're giving a false. You're starting off false because teen pregnancies. Don't use teen pregnancies. Teens are not getting pregnant like that anymore. Half of these kids aren't even as preoccupied with sex as previous generations. If you really want to get down to it, probably depends on their environment though. In addition to, but a lot of them are not interested at all. They're just not. It's not something that preoccupies their time. It's not.
You don't have to pay the government anything back. So she doesn't get to drag 2 years. Young woman gets pregnant as a teenager. Young man and woman get pregnant. This is the 2-year plan. First 2 years are debt-free. You don't have to pay the government anything back. So she doesn't get to drag them into court and the court doesn't say, you owe us money for investing in your child through food programs, through early Head Start programs. Because in those 2 years, the boy has the option, or not an option, he has a demand of the co-man to then go to a trade school. You have to go to a trade school, which incentivizes the United States to do it because we need more tradespeople. We don't have enough carpenters, we don't have enough electricians, we don't have enough people building roads. In my community, the girls are going to college and graduating. They have no men to marry because the boys are not going to college in the same way. My teachers were married to a tradesman. My teacher, who we call doctor, her husband owns a locksmith company. Her husband was a carpenter, was a mechanic. So they had a good life. Their kids went to school right the same schools we went to. I think that the incentive to solving the child support problem and a part of solving our infrastructure problem is to incentivize young boys who have gotten a girl pregnant. You must now go through 2 years of trade school.
Oh, wait a minute. So, okay, I like what you're saying.
Let me give you the rest of the answer.
Okay, go ahead.
After that boy graduates, you get a further incentive if you and the girl marry. If you and the girl marry, we'll give you these incentives: zero finance home loans, something out of HUD besides an apartment with a leaky faucet and rats and roaches in it, but incentivize marriage, which then strengthens our community, the Black community, and strengthens the greater community because now you have more American marriages, you have people with stronger financial stability, and you have tradespeople married to women of education, and you begin to recreate communities like what Auburn Avenue was for Edgewood was. I believe you can do this from the executive order because the money that funnels down from the feds through the states to help mothers, then it can be attached where we're not only helping mothers, but helping fathers too. If a boy gets a woman pregnant.
No, we need to incentivize vasectomy, not incentivize. We need to encourage vasectomies. And then when you get a certain age and have proven to be a viable citizen of this country, then you get to reproduce. Until then, you don't get to reproduce. That's my solution to the child support problem. Vasectomies. While you trying to get these young girls, 14, 15, 16, 17, fucking up their bodies with birth control so your son doesn't get her pregnant. How about you get your son a vasectomy? Then when he, after 25, he can go back and make a decision when his brain is fully functional and make a decision. Or he can wait until he's 30 something, until he has his shit together, until he says, you know what? Now I can reproduce because I know that I'm a citizen, a good citizen of this country. I give back. I have a good paying job. Now I can have a child if I want a child. I'm not here to promote marriage. I feel like unless there is a return on the investment, do not take the risk in investing in the institution of marriage. Sorry, that's just me. I know there's some other people that incentivizing after you go to school, now you get something for marrying this girl. I don't even fucking like this girl. First of all, y'all have socialized me. I'm speaking as a boy. Y'all have socialized me to believe that I like girls. I really don't, but here I am. Or y'all have socialized me to just sleep with a bunch of girls. I didn't like this girl. Y'all have socialized me to disrespect my body. I'm just irresponsibly ejaculating everywhere. I don't care about these girls. Why would I want to marry them? I just want some place to place my penis that's warm and wet. I don't give a damn. This is what y'all told me how I'm supposed to live my life. What do y'all think about that? Incentivizing marriage. Did you hear what he said?
Now, people married to women of education, and you begin to recreate communities like what Auburn Avenue was, what Edgewood was. I believe you can do this from the executive order because the money that Ford funnels down from the feds through the states to help mothers, then it can be attached. Well, we're not only helping mothers, we're helping fathers too. If a boy gets a woman pregnant, not only does she receive TANF, I see your face.
You hear? He infantize. How do you say it? Infantize. If a boy, did you hear him? You gotta listen to the words that people use. This is the first time I'm listening to this, but I needed to stop it because I heard him say, if a boy marries a woman, no, sir. So you're trying to make it seem like it's irresponsible children doing these things, leaving children father deficient. That's what you're trying to make it seem like, it's children. That's why I said when he started off saying a teenage boy, no, it doesn't happen like that in that age bracket all the time. You're talking about incentivizing grown ass men who don't want to take care of their children in their 30s having babies. But you see, he had to fix it real quick. When a boy, did you hear him? Listen.
People married to women of education, and you begin to recreate communities like what Auburn Avenue was, what Edgewood was. I believe you can do this from the executive order because the money that Ford funnels down from the feds through the states to help mothers, then it can be attached. Well, we're not only helping mothers, we're helping fathers too. If a boy gets a woman pregnant, not only does she receive TANF, I see your face, right? Good idea. If a woman receives TANF, she receives this, the boy now has a must. You're federally required now to go to trade school. And in those 2 years, what you put out on the other side is a person who's trained, a person who has an incentive to marry, and a person who becomes a taxpayer and not just.
So I would ask Killer Mike, what are you give the example of teenagers? What are the teen pregnancy rates right now that are going on that would incentivize young men and young women who have found themselves pregnant, right? Because yes, that does happen. Now, how do we apply this incentive program to men who are over 25 that are having children like this? Because it's like literally, if you look at the stats, I think it's 19 to 26. So what are you doing about that? What are you doing about the 30-year-old men? Because your example is great for teenagers, people who don't, whose lives have been thwarted in a different way, right? And so they need a little help because they just need some help, and that's okay. But what about the grown ass niggas? What about the niggas like Nick Cannon? What about not like Nick Cannon with the money, not the socioeconomic Nick Cannon, but the mentality Nick Cannon? There's a lot of them out here having babies and babies and babies. That's why these niggas are spouting off this weird. I hear them saying that it's only like 20% of black men who are responsible for all the black abandoned children. It's some shit they be saying. I'm like, I can't even commit it to memory. I don't even remember what they be saying because I'm like, these niggas would be dumb as hell. When I tell you to reside in a patriarchy, you have to lie to yourself. You have to live in a world of delusion. Deluluville. That's where you have to live in order to reside in the Patrix. Deluluville. It's all fake. It's all a lie. And if you want to participate in the structures and institutions that are ran by patriarchy, you have to lie to yourself. If you don't see the grift, I don't know what else to fucking tell you. But I'm here to fucking break the shit up for you. I'm here to break up the fantasy. Sorry, decode it, if you will. Let's listen.
Now, personally, I don't see any problem with it based off the
No,
fact. I mean,
no, I don't. First of all, I don't think you should be forcing people to get married. Whether you want to use the word incentive, you shouldn't be forcing people to get married at all. Because who's to say, like, there's nothing wrong with two people bringing children in the world. They don't have to be married. They don't have to be married. You see, and the world is functioning like this, not because people are not married, it's because you're forcing systems and institutions on them that confine them and restrict them. And then you have those people trying to enforce that dumb shit on other people. That's why the world is the way that it is. It's not because people aren't getting married. It's because you guys are trying to force institutions that we can't really operate in. We can't really fully function in. It keeps you like this. Like, girl, who wants to be walking around like this? You're not fully free. But they want you to be cis, male, hetero, Christian, white, and thin. That's the box, baby. That's the box. Outside of any of that, it's deviant, alternative, girl. That's why the world, because y'all are trying to force people to abide by a system that is death. We could have more American marriages. Girl, why don't you just incentivize the boys to go to work? Fuck that because he's having children. Why don't you start teaching these boys to respect their bodies? Why don't you start socializing boys to men how to respect themselves and not look at women as a notch on their fucking belt? Let's try that first. Why are you trying to incentivize somebody to marry? Incentivize the motherfucker to launch. Incentivize him to excel for his own self. Not for a kid, not for a woman, but for his goddamn self. That's what's wrong now. These motherfucking niggas, their identities are so codependent on how a woman behaves. They can't function without women. We would like for you to try. Because the women are suffering because you fuckers act like you can't function at the same time telling everybody and having other women agree that you should be leaders. Girl, lead your goddamn self somewhere before you try to act like you want to lead a woman and a child somewhere. Where the fuck are you going first? Where are you going, sir? And until these men realize that the things that are happening to them, it comes from an internal place and it's not everybody around them, until they get out of their victim, it's crazy because you're living in a system where you being a male just gives you so much privilege. And how the fuck are you still a victim? Because the shit doesn't work for you. And you're too afraid to admit it because one aspect of this dumb shit allows you to control women, and that's what you want. Even though the rest of this shit is killing y'all working to death, literally working to death. It's by design in this industrialized, individualized hellhole. That's what it's for, to work you to death, get you to have you full of dis-ease and work your ass to death. That's what this system does. That's why you have to learn how to not participate in the shit, because it's not going to stop because you have so many people trying to enforce it. Incentivizing marriage, girl, by saying, I'll give you a job. No, you don't get to get married just because you have a job. No, what you should do is put an expiration date on marriage contracts, on marriage licenses. Come back in 5 years to expire to renew your marriage license. Y'all want to stay married? All right, well, we're not going to renew our marriage license. Period. Put a term on these marriage licenses. The way I got to go every 5 years and get a new driver's license, the way that everybody who has a license or a certification in something, they got to go back in some frequency and recertify or get relicensed. Marriage should be the same way. But y'all are operating in a faulty system, telling somebody that something has to last forever because you're functioning on the Disney fantastical delusion that you hope these women are dizzy eyes going into marrying for love and praying for monogamy, girl. When that's not a structure that is functional for human beings. The men are resisting, the women are resisting. Monogamy is not natural. It is an agreement, honey. It is agreement. It's natural for me. No, girl. You want it because there are variables that go into saying, I want to be in a monogamous relationship. It's not something that comes natural to you. You just need to find a nigga to agree. That's it. That's all that it is an agreement. Just like your marriage is an agreement. And it should have a term on it. And nobody should be saying, well, if you get a girl pregnant and you go to a trade school for 2 years and you get your license or whatever, your certification. If you marry that girl, we're going to give you some more money or some more benefits. No. When I tell you these niggas need to find a way to get you women in a position to labor for them, that's the last place they have any ounce of power. They fucked up when they gave women rights. That's when they really fucked up. That's why they hate feminists. What is the definition of feminism?
Feminism means the advocacy of women's rights on the basis of the equality of the sexes.
And that's what people hate. They hate that you want women to be equal. So they're trying to conserve a traditional idea of marriage where women didn't have rights. And the men weren't protecting you or providing for you. You were a dependent. You were a dependent. You had no choice. You were a dependent. You did not have rights. That's an illusion that you think these motherfuckers were protecting and providing. Bitch, you didn't have rights. Your grandmother didn't have rights. Your great-grandmother didn't have rights. They didn't even have a right to get a divorce. They didn't have a right to open a checking account. They didn't even have a right to their own body. It was just recently that marital rape was considered a crime. But they want to get y'all marriage. That's the last fucking place they got any semblance of powers, especially the black ones, because they in a perpetual state of victimhood already. But they want you to be traditional so you can be their goddamn maid, mule, and mattress, and y'all fall right into that shit. Because guess what? On Sunday, you saying, and no man in sight, but a man on a pulpit trying to program you and how to treat your man and how to do this and how to see this and how to do that. Girl, I think I'm done. It's been 30 minutes. I said I was only going to stay down here for 30 minutes, girl. I'm going to go get me some coffee. I'm going to finish smoking my little reefer joint and get to work for the day. I'm trying to upload these videos. Just think about what I said. Do you think, tell me what you think. Do you believe that it is a good idea to incentivize marriage based on what you heard Killer Mike say? I'll post the link so that you can hear it again, and then you can, give an informed, comment about how you feel. For me, off top, incentivize vasectomies. Tell the boys that you give them, I don't know, something. If, I don't know, when you come back and get your vasectomy reverse, I don't know. Incentivize vasectomies. No. If a boy marries a woman, where are they doing that at, Killer Mike? I know you live in Georgia, but girl, you see how it's to make the boy seem like, make the boy seem like a boy. A boy is somebody who doesn't have much responsibility, doesn't have to be accountable for too much, right? Doesn't have too much responsibility, contributes here and there. That's a boy. A man is different. Now, when a man marries a woman, no, you want to make it seem like teenagers this is happening to teenagers. No, it's grown ass niggas around here. Irresponsibly ejaculating. Get a vasectomy. You don't want a child. You don't want to take care of a child, because once your fertilizer goes into the host, it's hers to do with it what she will, whether she terminates it or brings it to life. So if you don't want the host to produce what you don't want to take care of, get a vasectomy. I just read a headline of a 17-year-old girl pregnant, found dead just days before she's supposed to deliver. These men would rather kill you, honey, than to take care of a child. They'd rather go to jail for murder and then be in a community of sweaty, hot men behind bars and concrete. That's where they would rather be, because they don't have no problem saying, hey, I don't want to have a kid. If you have a child, I'm not going to take care of it. There are plenty of men who have told women, if you have this baby, I'm not going to have anything to do with it. This is Your decision. If you want to continue, I'm letting you know, if you go on with this pregnancy, I will not be involved. And the women continue and go on with the pregnancy. Just do that. Why are you murdering 2 people just so you don't have to take care of a child? Now you're behind bars getting fucked. Anyways, y'all, take care of each other. Take care. Protect your energy. Let's get down to the comments. Peace.